We've all heard of Australia before, but before anyone can think of the food, the beaches, or nice resorts, they think of one thing that separates itself from the rest: the deadly animals. And that is for good reason. So much so that I've decided to make a video compiling just some of the very, very, very many scary animals living there. First is the Australian paralysis tick. Yeah, that sounds horrific, and it is. Ticks are bad enough by themselves, especially the trending one right now going around, giving people alpha gal, so they can't eat mammal meat. There's a couple things about this guy that make it stand out as the worst thing to exist ever. When the female ticks dig their heads into a body because for some reason the male ticks are too lazy to do anything, it literally reprograms the host's DNA like it's a sci fi monster to not accept galactose alpha 1,3 galactose, or in short, alpha gal. And if you didn't know, that makes you violently allergic to all red meat. But the male ticks aren't all that uninteresting because, like Russian dolls, they bite into the bigger females which have already bitten a host. So essentially, they act as a parasite of you. And all of that isn't even its most dangerous feature because if it's not treated in 24 to 48 hours, the host will start to go under complete respiratory paralysis, which would lead to death. The second of which is the cone snail. So, yep, this is an actual snail, as one of Australia's deadliest animals. But these snails are different because they are predatory snails. More specifically, they sit and wait for prey to come by and then shoot out its specialized tooth, like a tiny barbed harpoon, which gets stuck inside its prey. And the main deadly feature of this is the venom it has, because the venom of a cone snail consists of hundreds of mini toxins. But what's worse is that every cone snail has its own different mix of mini toxins to make up its personal venom, so scientists can't make a universal antivenom for these little bartenders. And for your information, these snails cause total paralysis, so getting barbed by one is just like a ticking time bomb until demise. And the third is and excuse my pronunciation, but the Irukandji jellyfish. This one shouldn't surprise many people because it is a jellyfish, but I bet you haven't heard of this specific one. It's fascinatingly dangerous, and the way I'm going to describe it to you will make you think that I'm making it all up. Normally, people think bigger is more dangerous, but in this case, the Irukandji jellyfish is dangerous because of its size. People describe them as almost invisible due to them only being 2 centimeters wide, and it has barbed stingers all across its body, not just the tail. And whilst its venom is strong, it only feels like a small scratch when you brush past it. However, when someone does brush past it, after 20 to 40 minutes after the sting, that's when they feel it. And listen closely because it's called the feeling of doom. The start of this reaction is induced brutal muscle cramps and blinding headaches. And then what follows is shooting nerve pain in the back, the abdomen, and the kidneys. And all whilst that's happening, the venom floods the body with adrenaline, which makes your blood pressure skyrocket, which can lead to brain hemorrhages. But the reason why it's called the feeling of doom is because of the final stage of this reaction, where patients are in so much pain they are psychologically convinced they are going to die and beg doctors to end their life from the pain. And with that grim conclusion, let's agree that Australia is damn scary.